live video today showing how to program areas with Automower. So this is Shannon Industrial in Woodstock. You can see this entire area is getting done with Automowers. Okay, that Automower is leaving on its test right now. You look way in the distance, and I'm going to walk it off. That was an area we were previously mowing. Last year, Shannon Industrial just wanted to make sure they enjoy the robotic lawnmower, and as you can see, grass is perfectly cut, kept up with every day. So, of course, they enjoyed it. It's a robotic lawnmower. So that said, here we go, charging station. What you do is you figure out 450Xs have 3 guide wires, okay? In this scenario, one guide wire runs down over by that light. Another one kind of splits the distance. Then the last one runs straight out down the side by the railroad tracks. That's what we tagged onto. So just bear with me, I'm gonna count. Now I have about a 3-foot stride. So when you program a robotic lawnmower to go down guides, you actually do it in yards. Fortunately for me, I'm 6'4", and my foot, like literally if I pace it out, it's almost exactly a yard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now I'm gonna stop right there. Right now I'm at 40 yards. That's what the mower is doing right now. It's counting off its yardage. I've already pre-walked this off and programmed the Automower to go 175 yards to start to mow. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to start to count again. I just stopped right there so you understood, if you just turned on this video, why this guy's just counting. I'm counting the yards just like the robotic lawnmower does on the guide wire. Husqvarna is the only company that has guide wires. Okay, so it's important to know. These are the things you can do with a Husqvarna that you can't do with other mowers. All right, so I'm at 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114. Now, it's important for me to stop right here. I'm at 114 yards right now from where I started at the charging station along the building down. This is where we scored the asphalt. Okay, you can see the lines. Line, line, line. What's in the middle is a guide wire. Outside are the 2 boundaries. So what you do is you do a narrow passage. So this is the only spot the robotic lawnmower will cross this drive at this industrial park. Anyhow, now, I kind of lost my count. I think I was at 120 over here. But I'm going to start to count again. 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 157, 158, 159, 160. So I'm going to stop at 160. You can see I'm right in the middle of this. I put in the robotic lawnmower to go 175 yards, just assuming my pacing by foot is a little bit off, to make sure it comes in this area. Now, once I tell the mower to go 175 yards, what it's going to do is, and you can see it there, it's going to come across. Look how nice it does this. It should do it nice, except it looks like there's a lump there. Let's see here. I bragged on it. Up there it is. See, it's smart. It figures out how to get across that without bottoming out. It's kind of like having a sports car with a low front end. So now it's coming across. And see how it crosses here. It's not just randomly doing its thing. It's going to come across like it's on a railroad track, okay? Now, the main thing was I set it for 175 because what I don't want to do is I don't want to shortchange it and end up here. And it's important to test it because now it basically pulls out, and you can see right here it's pulling out, and now what it's doing is it does this S pattern sometimes on a guide wire also, so it doesn't track down the wire. Something else Husqvarna does so you don't have tracking. So it just randomly out of nowhere will start to do this snake pattern so it doesn't leave lines in the grass from constantly driving. But anyways, it'll get to a certain part and then it'll start to mow. Now what's cool about that is there's 2 ways robotic lawnmowers work. They use an internal GPS and they map out boundaries and they figure out, okay, I've mowed it all day today. But in these unique sections where you make this 3-foot line across a parking lot, that kind of creates a bottleneck. And it's hard to assume the robotic lawnmower is just going to cross there on its own and just randomly hit that opening. So what you do is you measure it, you force the robot to hit that opening, and it'll pull into this area and it'll mow this 35% of the time in 24 hours. And then that leaves the rest of the percentage to do basically from those air handlers straight back and then to the railroad tracks. So all you do to figure out your percentage is you do an overhead, and look at that. Right where I said it was gonna do it, guys. So see, remember I stopped right in the middle? It just started mowing. Perfect, worked just how I wanted it to. So now what'll happen is this mower is gonna sit back here and mow today. I'm gonna get up close to it so you can hear it mowing. You'll hear it clipping, ready? Now what it's doing right now, it's called spiral cutting. Since this area hasn't been cut, you can tell it's longer than over there. The mower instantly can sense that resistance in the blade, and it starts to spiral cut, because spiral cutting makes it go slower and it actually cuts the grass better. So that's how it'll catch up with this area over here now. So that's it. I've done what I wanted to do. I explained sectioning off mowers. See, and now it's going straight. So I've explained how you take a unique section and you divide it off with the overhead view. 35% of this yard is this area here. That's area 1. The remaining percentage is area 2 and 3. Area 2, area 3. And then we go a step further so I can show you how Automowers are zoned. There's another charging station in the distance there. And there's another robotic lawnmower that we're going to get to in the distance over here. And that other robotic lawnmower is mowing this entire section. Now this mower is set up on GPS. So I see I've just had a few people tune in right now. You have one mower right now that's mowing based off sectioning. 35% of the time it mows here because it has to cross this narrow passage of a road. Then the rest of the time it mows from those air handlers over to the railroad tracks. And then we have another robot out here, and there's actually a third on the other side. But we have another robot out here doing this section of grass. And by the way, you can probably see in the video, there's like a white hazing. We've got to change the blades on these mowers. That's the only reason the grass has this like frosty look to it. But anyhow, this mower is on GPS, and this mower is maintaining all this area you can see over by the sign over there, all along the building. And I'm just gonna walk so you can see. With the robotic lawnmower, you can kind of see the grass is longer along the street right here. When I tell people we do eco bundles, that's what the eco bundle does. We come out and we do the trimming along the road. In this scenario, trucks always drive off the road, so I just pull the wire off. We don't want it to get stuck on the sewer, so you can kind of see the grass is longer right there. That's railroaded off. We come out, we still trim people's bushes. We do that bush trimming with electric trimmers and electric blowers. So that's why we call it our eco bundle. But what's really nice about robotic lawnmowers, and what I want to show over here, hey Uncle T, what I want to show over here is, now see how this, you can kind of barely tell, but see how the ground like rolls a lot here? When I used to mow this with my other lawnmowers, my zero turns, I would scalp these areas because they're very hilly and wavy, especially over here. The biggest thing the customer found and really loved was, if I get down here, I can kind of show you. So you can kind of see this uneven terrain. So the uneven terrain with a big 48 or 52 inch zero turn, where that's higher there, I would scalp that. With the robotic lawnmower, it only has a 3-foot chassis, nothing scalps. Even when you look at this hole right here in the yard, okay? None of that grass around that is scalped because the mower actually fits in there, and then that's the grass we have to line trim weekly when we come out with the eco bundle. So you can see how good the grass actually looks when you have a robotic lawnmower. It's very even. People wonder how it's going to keep up. It keeps up better. If you look across the way, I want to say hi to everybody that's tuning in also, by the way. If I come to the yard across the way, I can show you what my mower doesn't do that theirs does. So right here, here's the scalping everybody sees. It's a big mower deck. Got really long grass over here because the mower deck doesn't get to it. and you can see it's uneven, okay? And this grass is all getting long already. There's thatch visible all over. You can see the visible thatch on the sewer manhole covers. That's not mowed by us. That's not a Langton property. Now we come across the street to a Langton property with robotic lawnmowers, and you're gonna notice a lot of things that are void. You don't see thatch. You don't see all the dead grass laying all over the sewer cover. You don't see grass in there. This company makes resin, so that's the resin they make. You don't see scalping. Everything's clean, okay? Now, I'm gonna go a little farther here. Since you guys are all still tuned in, I'm quite impressed. Now, this area here, it's not worth it for me to put a robotic lawnmower in this one little section. So what we do is, we just come out and we mow this one little area by hand. So you can see all robotically mowed. This is mowed by us by hand. And then you come across the way, and here's my other robot plugged in. Mows this whole side all the way over by the railroad tracks. But what I always think is funny, and the customer comments all the time because he gets really ticked off. Not at us. When the guy mows the lot next door, he takes all of his clumps and thatch and he blows it all over my auto mode side. And now that the customer has a robotic lawnmower, there's two things you notice. The grass is much greener on this side of the line than that side. Lime green, dark green, lime, dark. Why is that? Because this grass grows, all the stuff underneath gets shaded and shadowed. Then you cut the grass, you take the tips of the blades off all of it, and then the grass underneath has that ugly yellowy green color. When you cut the grass every day, the grass is a deeper green. Now, it hasn't rained for a little while in Illinois, which is crazy because we had so much rain. It was like monsoon season around here, and now it's starting to dry out. But this is another spot where they're so happy now they have a robotic lawnmower, because as I come up on this, see how uneven all this is? Probably when they installed this scale, they left a bunch of ruts here. And usually for me as a landscaper, I get yelled at when my guys scalp. But in this scenario with the robotic lawnmower, it doesn't scalp any of this. So as you can see, there's no scalping. As you can see, the mower just pulls itself into this charging station every day. 3 hours it mows, 1 hour it charges. And you can see it's mowing this whole area. And it's all very uneven. You can see how rolly it is. So, and like I said, you can see we still trim around the curbs. The mower does its thing and we clean up around it. We don't have the mower going in here. We're doing this by hand. And you can see, since we do it weekly, this is about the only spot we're leaving thatch. So anyways, have a great weekend, everybody. Share this video to anybody you think might be interested in robotic lawn mowing. Thank you.